writing process was different for Emperor of Sand in the fact that we had to pick and choose the windows of time that were available to get together and try to create something. We all had a lot of unpleasantries in our personal lives going on throughout the year, and when we could all be in Atlanta at the same time, or whether it was 2 of us at a time, or 3 of us at a time, or all 4 of us, we would take advantage of those moments and get together and try to create and just chip away, instead of the idea that all 4 of us would be guaranteed to be in the same room for 3 months straight or something like that. So it was a timing issue, and that would maybe be the only thing different is in the writing process for this record and then in the past. You know, Mastodon is ultimately a band effort and very collaborative, and that's the way we made this record work. Yeah, the 4 of us, you know, since the 4 of us play instruments, we tend to focus on the music first and lyrics last. But with this record, more so than any other record prior, we spent more time, energy, and effort on finding the best, not only lyrical subject matter, but the best voice for the part and the best melody that we could collectively come up with. So yeah, we tend to be music first, lyrics last, but we did put more energy and effort and focus on lyrics, and really trying to make this record our strongest vocal record to date, in addition to hopefully an incredibly strong music record. So sometimes maybe Bill or Brent will come up with a riff or a couple parts together, and it's just immediate, like, that's badass, gonna dive into that and make it bigger and better, and you know, that's gonna be a song. And then there's other times when it's questionable. For example, the catchiest song, in my opinion, on the new record is a song called Show Yourself. And the first time I heard Bill play that, I was in love with it because it reminded me of something very fun and upbeat, short and sweet. It kind of reminded me of like a Weezer song, for example, and I absolutely love Weezer. My whole band does. But there were some guys in the band that weren't sold right away. Like, you know, is this okay? Is this, you know, just the honesty of questioning ourselves and what we want to do. But then it became soon thereafter, it became clear that no, we like the way this sounds, and it's the 4 of us in this room creating it. So we can write a song like Show Yourself, and then the next day put it together, this 8-minute bizarre song called Jaguar God, for example. So those can be done on days that are back to back, and it's just what comes, you know, that's one of the beautiful things that I love about my bandmates, is that we don't get together and say what we should do or what we shouldn't do. We just get in a room and we let that authenticity come through our bodies, out the fingers, through the instruments, and if it sounds good, then we go for it. Cool. We knew we had something special when we recorded Crack the Sky with Brendon O'Brien, and we were also diving into deeper lyrical territory with Crack the Sky, and we knew we were going to be headed that way with Emperor of Sand. So we reached out to Brendon to see if he was interested in working with us again, and thankfully he was immediate to say, I'd love to be a part of this new Mastodon record. So it was a lot of familiarity. He knows who we are, we know who he is. He works quickly, he embraces vintage gear and attempting, you know, our favorite instruments and sounds from the 70s all the way up to now, and we're just very like-minded as people and as musicians, and he's someone that we dearly respect as a fifth opinion in the room, and we loved working with him on Crack the Sky. So when we reached out to him and he said yes to work with this on this new record, it was just it felt like a perfect fit, and we knew we'd have something special. It's very possible, as we do support. We've supported 3 or 4 record store days over the past 4 or 5 years, and we're doing something for this next one as well. So yeah, I would imagine that we would embrace any interesting idea to put some bizarre songs together, or B-sides or rarities, deep cuts, you know. So yeah. Well, my personal best fantasy moment, and there's been many of them, but we were able to share the stage with the Melvins in England and performed our cover version of the Melvins song, The Bit. And they had 2 drummers at the time, so we had Braun with us, so we had 3 drummers, Buzzo on guitar, Brent on guitar, me on bass, and that was like a dream come true moment. But again, fortunately, there's been a lot of dream come true moments that we've been able to achieve in the Mastodon lifespan so far. Awesome. My personal best moment was probably with this new record, Emperor of Sand, I felt stronger and more confident to do what I do and my contributions to the band. And I'm really proud of the lyrics that I was able to contribute and the vocals. You know, but we're always, all four of us are always striving to be better people and better songwriters and better friends, and you know, with each and every album, just to keep moving up, you know, more
Cool.
bigger and more badass. Sure, my guitar player Bill Kelleher would be Droid. Brent Hines would be Caveman.
Okay.
And my drummer Braun Timothy Daler would be Comedian. Neanderthal. Yeah, we've tossed around the idea of performing Emperor of Sand in its entirety, because we like it when we've been able to see some of our favorite bands do that with performing a record front to back that we find special. So yeah, I could easily see us doing that, but we're also at where we have this cool problem of trying to pick a set list. You know, now that we have 8 records out and maybe 90 songs over those 8 records or whatever it is, it's, you know, it's fun and almost a challenge to pick out a set list. But we enjoyed playing Crack the Sky front to back on that tour, so you know, it's very possible we would do that with this new record. But we're not doing it on this tour at the moment, but plenty of light in our future. 5 drops of oregano oil, daily vitamin, and cod liver fish oil. Exercise is important. You know, chilling on the party vibe on a daily basis, because rest is important, especially up here with this instrument right here. You know, some people say, well, it's just an hour and a half a day, but it's a very strenuous 90 minutes on stage, and we're giving it everything we have. And then we get to pack up, move to another town, and do it all again the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and we're booked solid for the next year and a half. So we're in it for the long run, you know. So yeah, pay attention to what we're eating and what we're drinking or what we're not drinking, and you know, trying to stay healthy. And we live in close quarters. You know, there's 12 of us on a bus, and one person gets sick, which always happens. It gets passed around quickly. Yeah, like with any and all things that I do these days, with whatever time we have available, we make the most of it, and yeah, make it as fruitful as possible. And you know, you can get together and have fun and enjoy the time, but you also need to be super productive, because everyone that I'm involved in and everyone in the Mastodon world, we're very happy, but we're also really busy. So in order to do these extracurricular things that we love doing, you know, when you find that small window of time, you got to make it work. Oh yeah, we went to on Record Store Day just a few weeks ago. We're going to do an in-store appearance at Zia Records in Las Vegas. And we get there, and there's just a couple people shopping. No one looks at us when we open the door into the venue or into the record store. And turns out we were 20 miles from the record store that we were supposed to be at. So that was a funny moment. But there's small Spinal Tap moments all throughout each and every tour, but nothing so funny that it would make headlines. But you know, it's fun to be humble and realize that we just fucked up.